Hello, you handsome humans. This may be the most important threshold that you ever cross as an individual, as a leader, or as an organization. Welcome to step 27, which is transitioning into the next level of the tribe triangle, and this is healthy conflict. Now, we first started this journey by welding together all the lone wolves into a pack that has a shared mission, vision, and values. This makes us feel like we belong to something that is cohesive. It makes us feel like we have an affiliation that is larger than just ourselves. And all of this transitions us into the kinship level, where we start dealing with all the interpersonal opportunities that we have as individual people, and we start taking advantage of those. So this involves increased communication, increased trust and safety and resiliency. And all of this enables us to be able to start taking risks. If we can feel safe enough and we can rely on our people, then all of a sudden there's a much larger choice list available to us. And we're going to need this as we move into healthy conflict. Now, any transition into something that is significant, more competitive, is going to involve conflict and friction. Whether this be leveling up a habit to a new practice, or some collective habits which are norms into a new culture, well, it's going to involve the death of old belief systems and behaviors and the rebirth of new ones. So everything that we do that is more competitive and higher performing is going to involve conflict. And we're not good at that in our culture because we are living in a time where we drive around in climate-controlled cars and we don't have to walk. We don't have to hunt our food. We don't ever have to be hot or cold or hungry. And the reality is that we're born and built for adversity. We are all children of ancestors who basically refused to die. They could deal with conflict. They dealt with ice ages, predation, famine, all of the adversity that the world throws at us. And we have been buffered from that in a world of comfort. So many times we view anything that involves conflict or adversity as bad. And we need to reframe that story. Conflict is a very healthy dynamic, but we're going to have to make sure that the language that we use and the approach that we use to engage with this level of success is very intentional. An example of this, when we look at accountability. Accountability is vital for establishing a new level of behavior, whether that's quitting a bad habit or moving into something that is more competitive. Well, we're going to need the support of other people to be able to make that transition stick and be sustainable. And accountability involves conflict. And you're going to have to be able to do that skillfully. You're going to have to be able to resolve it skillfully and repair when needed. And if we don't have that ability, then people tend to view accountability as shame and pressure. It's exactly the same thing. Fear and excitement are the same thing as well. It's how we interpret these experiences which makes all the difference. And if you have done your work with building your foundation of alignment, building your kinship structure, then we have the ability to interpret adversity and challenge as something that is good. In fact, it's needed. It's mandatory. It's not something that we're going to get to when we feel like it or when it's convenient. This is life. If we're going to be competitive, high-performing, sustainably successful, we're going to have to be able to deal with some adversity. And to be able to do that, well, we can't mandate it. We cannot decree it. We actually have to do that work to build a culture that enables us to do this successfully. So, tribe leaders, take a very good look at where your family, where your work team is struggling with taking advantage of playing offense and moving forward and dealing with things that are more competitive and involve adversity and conflict. If you are struggling with these things, then it's time to pop the hood and take a look at your vision? Is it aspirational? Is it bought into? Are you repeating it with a cadence that it is alive for your people? Do your values reflect this journey of growth? Is your shared mission, is it transparent, collaborative, and reciprocal? The kinship level. Is your kinship level vital? Have you connected with your people so that you have that tangible sense of belonging, which drives resiliency? If you've done that work, you're going to discover a tremendous boost in all of the sustainable success drivers that happen in this stage of the Tribe Triangle. And I look forward to sharing this with you across the next 13 weeks. I'll see you out there.